I'm Joel.
Hi, Joel.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good morning. Joel, let's start off by having you tell us why you're here. Why did you decide to join Academic Decathlon?
Well, I'd always heard about Academic Decathlon ever since I was in elementary school, and I knew I would go to Nimitz, and I knew that Nimitz had a history of success in Academic Decathlon, and I also knew that, being an academic person early in my life, I knew that I'd love to compete academically. I'd love to be in this contest. I'd love to really show what I could do with my studying and what I'd learned.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Let's talk about your plans after high school. What are you thinking about majoring in, and what kind of career path are you wanting to take, and why?
Right now, I'm thinking about going to the University of Oklahoma. I've always been interested in engineering. I'm interested in math and science, and I think engineering is the way to go. I guess I have that type of mindset. But I'm interested in mechanical engineering, something from with physics, to use physics. And I have a friend who goes to OU, and so he's giving me pointers. He's been guiding me, showing me how to go, and I'm visiting actually in a few weeks. So I don't know. I guess that's what I'm thinking about. I have backups and things, but that's really what I'm looking forward to in a few months.
What has been your most difficult event in Academic Decathlon, and how have you pushed through that? And how do you think that's going to help you with your future studies?
Well, for me, definitely my hardest subject is this year's super quiz topic, which is imperialism and the history of imperialism. And personally, being a math and science guy, I don't really enjoy learning about history or those details and all those stuff that's already happened. But I'm overcoming that. I've been working on workbooks with that, and I've done worksheets and I've tried a plethora of different study skills, and what I've learned what's better for me and what's not as good, and I've learned what helps me learn the most. So I've really been putting a lot of effort into that, a lot of effort into helping myself study better for Super Quiz. And I'm really looking forward to see the first fruits of my labor.
All right. This time, why don't you tell us about a value that you hold in highest regard as a student, or in all students overall? What do you think is the best value that a student can have?
I feel like it's honesty or integrity. I feel like it's really important for me to really communicate the truth to others, really be firm in what I believe in, and really communicate that to others. And I believe in, I guess in Academic Decathlon, just really learning and studying and doing so faithfully with integrity. Not taking the easy way out of certain things, or not attempting to cheat. But that's really important to me. That's something I hold in high regard when I'm looking for my friends, when I'm looking for others. I think integrity and honesty it's just so important to me. And I think applying that in my everyday life, I always try to tell people the truth. I always try to communicate the truth to others. I feel like that's something that's important to me.
Let's talk about people in your life, whether it's in the past or the present. Who would you say is the most influential person in your life, and why?
I would say definitely my father. It's kind of interesting because we kind of have a contrast, because he's not very educated. He doesn't have a college degree. He didn't grow up with an education, and he's not someone you would typically think of as a genius or especially smart. But it's because of that contrast that I feel that he's made me learn the most. He's taught me so much because of the values that he holds, like honesty and integrity. He's communicated that to me. He's also communicated the value of hard work, the value of caring about others and communicating with others. Just these values that I've learned from him. No matter what intelligence or what success I might have academically, he's always taught me that it's more important to have these values that help you connect to others, these values that help in life. So that's what I've learned from him, and that's something I'd like to use every day.
So I asked you about what has been a challenge in Academic Decathlon. Now I'm going to ask you, what has been a challenge in your own personal life, and how did you overcome that?
Well, I'd say I haven't faced a lot in my life. I haven't faced any big disasters or big things. But something I've overcome recently is I've always been an academic, and I've always focused a lot on my academics, and sometimes it's caused me to develop a sense of egotism. Sometimes it's caused me to become those reclusive, people who try to think all the time and don't really communicate with others. But recently, in the past few years, actually, through high school, I've learned to, kind of give up that air of elitism and just kind of open up to others and just really communicate on the same level with everyone. Because I've learned that no matter what my intelligence might be, no matter what test scores I have, it's important to communicate with others on the same level. It's important to view all humans equally. And I've been able to make a lot of friends that I wouldn't have made before, and I've developed a lot more socially in the past few years because I've let go of putting myself on a pedestal. And I feel like letting go of my pride, letting go of these things that held me back, is really what made me succeed socially.
Okay, thank you for your time, Joel.
All right, it's been nice talking to you.
Thanks.
Thanks for listening to me.
Mhm.
Thanks, Joel.